All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, I'm going for individual players and single season accomplishments, feats, and awards. And LeBron fans, you guys accuse me of cherry picking, right? Well, at the end of this video, you tell me what I should include that I did not include in this video. Please do. I want to hear it. You know, I'm always cherry picking, right? Well, let's see. So the first criteria that I'm looking at is, quite simply, how many players won the MVP and the scoring title in the same season? How many think it was? The first player ever to do it was Bob Pettit in the 1958-59 season. Okay? I think he actually won 2 scoring titles, if I'm not mistaken. The next season, Wilt Chamberlain did it, his rookie year, 1959-1960 season. Won both. Then it was Wilt Chamberlain again, but not till 6 years later, in the 1965-66 season. He's playing for the Philadelphia 76ers at this point. He was playing for the Warriors in 60. 2 different franchises. The next player to do it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he actually did it in back-to-back seasons. The 1970-71 season, and then he did it in the 71-72 season. And then 3 years later, Bob McAdoo for the Buffalo Braves did it in the 1974-75 season. Now look, unlike younger people or whatever, people that just love the modern NBA and love the trash previous eras, I don't beat up on the 70s, even though they had 2 different leagues, because I just thought both leagues had plenty of talent in them. And, I just think it's just stupid to sit, because you could easily make the case the 1970s was the most watered down era ever because there was 2 different leagues. And at one time, I think there was 30 or 31 teams. There was definitely a lot of teams, high 20s at least, spreading out the talent. But at the same time, both leagues was filled with great players. It wasn't done again for 13 years after McAdoo until 1987-88 season when Michael Jordan did it. And then it wasn't done again for 3 more years. That same player, Michael Jordan, did it in the 1990-91 season. Then he did it the next year, in the 1991-92 season. Then he did it in the 1995-96 season. Then he did it the last time in the 1997-98 season at the age of 35, which is very impressive to be doing scoring title and the MVP in the same year. Now, I hear this all the time. Somebody said in the comments just yesterday, oh, if you take that many shots, of course you're going to get points. But not at the efficiency levels. That's the difference. Now, there was plenty of guys that were efficient at it. Sure, absolutely. But there's tons of guys that were not. That's the difference. So if you're going to chuck up 25 shots or whatever, you better be pretty damn efficient at it. Depending on what era it is, the 80s, you should easily be at 50%. And Jordan was every time, I think except for 87. And then he maintained that all the way, I want to say, until like that second three-peat. I think he was in the, like 49, 48, 49% when the pace slowed down a bit. Defenses were getting a lot tougher. But anyway, that's 5 for Michael Jordan. 5 times he won the MVP and the scoring title in the same season. Shaquille O'Neal in 1999-2000 season won the scoring title and the MVP. Allen Iverson the next season in 2000-2001 accomplished it. Then it was all these, modern players were like trading off doing it. Kevin Durant in 2013-14. Then in 2015-16, it was Steph Curry. Then the next season, it was Russell Westbrook in 16-17. Then the next season in 17-18, it was James Harden. And nobody's done it in 6 seasons now, but it looks like, I took a peek today, that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a real good shot at winning both. The MVP is still, up in the air, I guess, but people are saying he's the odds-on favorite, and he's got, a pretty decent lead on scoring title. So he'll be somebody to add to this list for sure. Now, those are the kinds of things that do translate across eras. Winning the scoring title and the MVP in the same season, absolutely. Every era can be compared in that stuff. The stats is what I've always pushed so hard back against, because they just do not compare across eras. Like I said, nobody's messing with Bill Russell's 24.9 rebounds per game in the playoffs. I don't think so. Or, Will Chamberlain getting, 50 points, 25 rebounds. That's out of reach. No one's getting that. So all told, there was a total of 17 times that an MVP and a scoring title in the same season. And Michael Jordan has 5 of the 17. That's more than a quarter. I think you'll find that to be pretty strong. Okay, the next criteria is who won the MVP while also being first team all defense. First player to ever do that, because first team all defense didn't come in until 1969. So the first player was Willis Reed back in 1969-70 season. Then Kareem did it in the 73-74 season. Then Bill Walton did it in 77-78 season. Kareem again did it in the 79-80 season. Moses Malone, the 1982-83 season. Michael Jordan did it in the 87-88 season, the 90-91 season, the 91-92 season. Olajuwon did it in the 93-94 season. David Robinson did it in the 94-95 season. Michael Jordan did it in 95-96. Karl Malone did it in 96-97. Michael Jordan did it in 97-98. And Karl Malone did it in 98-99. Tim Duncan did it in both 01-02 and 02-03. The next season, Kevin Garnett did it in 03-04. Kobe Bryant in 2007-2008 did it. Then LeBron James did it the next 4 times. The 08, 09, 09, 10, the 2011, 2012, and the 2012, 2013 seasons. 4 times he did it. Impressive. Giannis did it twice, in 2018, 2019, and then in 2019, 2020. So again, Michael Jordan had the most with 5. LeBron had 4 though, so it's worth noting. So the next criteria is what players in their careers in the same season won the Finals MVP and MVP in the same season. Well, that would be Willis Reed, 1969-1970, Kareem in the 1970-71 season, Moses Malone in the 82-83 season. Larry Bird did it twice in the 83-84 and the 85-86 seasons. Magic Johnson in 86-87. Michael Jordan did it in 1990-91. He also did it in 91-92. Olajuwon did it in 93-94. Jordan then did it in 95-96 and then 97-98. So he did that 4 times. He won the MVP and Finals MVP in the same season. Shaq once did it in the 99-2000 season. Tim Duncan did it in 02-03. And LeBron James did it in the 2011-2012, 2012-2013 season. So all told on that one, it's been done 15 times. And again, Michael Jordan has 4 of the 15, over a quarter. LeBron James did it twice. Larry Bird did it twice. So there's a couple guys in there that did it, multiple times. So, it's impressive. Now we're getting down to ones that are a little less common. Those are the more common ones. But how about players who won the Finals MVP, MVP, and first team all defense? That's a very exclusive list. The first one is this guy right here, pretty famous season in 1969-1970.
By Willis Reed.
Yeah, so Willis Reed had one famous season. I mean, it's just one of those years. You know, the team in Game 7, he came out with a broken leg, all that stuff. But the season itself, he was great. I mean, he was. He won the MVP, first team all defense, and the finals MVP. What can you say? Those are historic seasons. The next guy that did it in the 1982-83 season. Same thing. Very historic season.
I've never played within a 12-year career.
Only the lob to Malone. He's there. He goes up. Double pump scores, and he's fouled.
Bobby Jones will put it in play. Does to Malone. Moses, 2.
That's the same high lob play they use.
Malone. Pass was good. Foul.
Julius Erving fakes, hooks it off to Malone. He'll go up and power jam. Moses Malone
Banks it home.
tough shot.
Maybe the best offensive rebounder in the history of the game.
Back Blackman down, takes it into the lane, goes up, and on the rim short. The tap Malone once, twice, 3 times. It's good.
I love the rebound. I love the offensive rebound because I think you put more pressure on another team when you offensive rebound. That's another easy way to score.
That's the way they're made up. Ivaroni misses outside, tipped in by Moses Malone.
Toward the baseline, fires the jumper, and no good. The rebound, Malone back up good, and he's fouled.
No good. Following tap, no good. Malone, finally, this will be the 5th tap.
And he's averaging almost 16 rebounds a game. He's the best offensive rebounder I've ever seen.
Watch the speed. My goodness.
Oh, Moses Malone on the follow.
He's too far under and really hit the bottom of the rim going up. And then he goes back up.
Moses Malone, his first year when he goes to Philly, wins the MVP, first team all defense, and the finals MVP. Pretty nice. Michael Jordan did this in 1990-91, 91-92. Olajuwon did it in 93-94. Jordan did it in 95-96 and 97-98. Tim Duncan did it in 02 and 03. And LeBron James did it in 2011, and then again in 2012, 2013.
Now it's 5-on-4. Cousins had fallen down. LeBron, if it counts, yeah. Boy, I'll tell you, that is something, Jerry.
Green guarding clock at 4. James steps into a jumper and rattles it in. LeBron James gives Miami a 2-point lead.
Bosh tipping it ahead for LeBron. 3-on-1 break. Here goes.
There's some seasons that are just historic, like on an individual basis. You know what I mean? It's going to be what you did individually and what your team did in the same season. That's why you say stuff like 1970 Willis Reed. You know what I mean? Historic. 1983 Moses Malone. Historic. People know about the 88 Michael Jordan season, but also really pretty much every one of his years, at least in the three-peats, they're historic. That's all there is to it. He's got 4 of them. There's been a total of 10 times that a player is finals MVP, and first team all defense. And Jordan's got 4 of the 10, 40% of the time. LeBron's got 2, though. He's the only player to do it more than once. So that's nice. So here's another one of those criterias that's pretty rare. 2 things: the scoring title and first team all defense in the same season. Jerry West was the first player to do it in the 1969-1970 season. He may have done it before, but they didn't have all defense, and I think he won 2 scoring titles and 1 assist title, something like that. It might have been 1 and 1, but either way. Then Michael Jordan did it in the 87-88, 88-89, 89-90, 90-91, 91-92, 92-93, 95-96, 96-97, 97-98. He goes on and does it, 9 times. 9 times this guy won the scoring title and first team all defense. That's insane right there. And this is just more ammunition or whatever you want to call it in the GOAT debate. The only other person who ever did it was Kobe Bryant. He did it in back-to-back seasons in 2005, 2006, and then in 06-07, he did it. So it's been done a total of 12 times ever in the history of the NBA. Jordan's got 9 of the 12, 3/4 of it. I mean, I think you guys are starting to see a theme here. The next criteria is really rare. Defensive Player of the Year and the most valuable player in the same season. All there is Akeem Olajuwon in 94, Michael Jordan in 88, and Giannis Antetokounmpo in 2020. But I will say this. Those are the only three guys to ever do it. However, Michael Jordan in 88 played all 82 games. Olajuwon played 80 games. Giannis played 63 games. That's 3/4 of a season. No, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I'm just saying, if I had to pick which of these three was more powerful, it'd have to be either Jordan or Olajuwon. Giannis would be a distant third because he only played 3/4 of a season. He would have had to keep it up for another at least 17 to 19 games to be on what these guys did. And he probably would have. I'm not taking anything away. I'm just saying, it's not what Giannis did was unimpressive. It's what Olajuwon and Jordan did was very impressive. So the next criteria, again, it's a very short list. How many players won the scoring title, the MVP, and the finals MVP in the same season? Michael Jordan, that's it. 4 times. 91, 92, 96, and 98. That's it. That's the list. I mean, what can you say? The next one is who won a scoring title, the MVP, and first team all defense. Well, again, one name, Michael Jordan, the only player to do it. 1988, 1991, 1992, 1996, 1998. 5 times, only Jordan on that list. The only player ever to win a scoring title, defensive player of the year, and the most valuable player was this guy.
It's an NBA record. Jordan fakes Ainge out of his shoes. How many moves can you have?
Oh, Danny Ainge actually plays good defense here. Stays with him, makes him make the move. He's right there, and Michael with that little spin fadeaway move. Now, normally he doesn't use his legs as much, and they stay fresher.
Jordan with a beautiful Boston turnover.
Good play by Grant to Jordan.
With the layup.
Jordan past Akers. He's fouled.
Counts the basket.
You'll see the play again. He gets Akers coming out, and he knew he had him beat because he was coming towards him. Made the move home with a
Re-aggravated rotator cuff in the right shoulder. Jordan from 18. Lewis hits Paxson. Now Jordan. 35 for Michael Jordan. Quickly looking for Jordan. There he comes in the paint. Michael Jordan remaining. Jordan.
Yep. Michael Jordan, 1987-88 season. What can you say? He went full-on historic in that year. All-Star Game MVP, Slam Dunk champion. He won basically anything you could win that season except for a championship. But he didn't have, a very good team yet. It was coming, but not yet. Last but not least, this is a very rare feat done by only one man, and it was not Michael Jordan.
Olajuwon was fouled. It counts. Yes, and it counts. The hack called on Mason.
this time forced to take the fadeaway, but hacked on the wrist.
Olajuwon now being played by Smith. Ewing has 3 fouls. Olajuwon making it look very easy. Olajuwon with the hit fake. What a move by Akeem Olajuwon.
He's feeling it in the low post now. Every time he gets it, he's thinking score. That was a lightning quick spin.
So Horry is through for the game. Ewing rejected by Olajuwon.
Olajuwon is so good in there at timing his leap.
3.5 to go. First half. Cassell for 4. Oh, Olajuwon lands it home. Smith had the shot actually deflected by Hopper. Olajuwon with a spectacular move. Akeem Olajuwon showing the spin.
Take a 3-point shot here.
7 and 6/10 seconds to go. Rockets lead by 2.
With a look from 3, it's tipped, and it's knocked away, and the Rockets win.
The game is over, and it will go to a 7.
Yep, my man Hakeem Olajuwon in the 1993-94 season won Defensive Player of the Year, the Most Valuable Player, and the Finals Most Valuable Player in the same season. So these are some rare feats, a lot of them, especially the ones at the end there when it's just 1, 2, 3 players, and that's it, who have ever done this in the history of the NBA. Now, one thing to keep in mind, though, all defense was not introduced until 1969. So that's about a 20-year time period that you have to keep in mind. That, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Jerry West, Dave DeBusschere, they didn't have a chance to rack up all the all-defenses that we know they would have. It would have looked a lot more impressive. So just something to keep in mind. But again, all the people accused me of cherry picking. I gave about any combination that you can of all defense, MVP, finals MVP, scoring titles, defensive players of the year. I mean, what else you got? Give me something. Like all NBA, all star, that's just so common. You'd have a list of like 70 guys. No, I'm talking about the most rarest of rare feats of winning multiple awards at the same time. It's not easy to be great on both sides of the ball, to maintain being the scoring champion while being one of the 2 best guards defensively in the NBA. Yeah, it's not easy. That's why it hasn't been done hardly, but only a couple of people. It's hard to do. And then you throw in an MVP into that, or a finals MVP. I mean, that's where this stuff here really, at least for an individual player, but you do got to throw the team stuff in because that's where the finals MVPs comes into play. But this is what separates the people who should be in the GOAT conversation to those who aren't. But again, this is only this stuff. I mean, there's so many criterias you can use. But, when you're building a circumstantial case, one thing on its own is no big deal. But when you start just throwing, evidence after evidence after evidence, after a while, you got a whole stack there. It's starting to look like a mountain of evidence that's pretty overwhelming. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing the video, I'd really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I've been giving daily content. And that's it. Until next time.